Om Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Sathya Seva Gurukulam, free online classes in science. So we have got a very interesting chapter from today onwards. That is about light. And about light you know so many things, correct? So what do you say about light? Light is a form of energy. And where all we see light? Yeah, electric bulbs, in torches, in sun. Sun is called a natural source of light. Correct? So it's a form of energy and it travels in straight line. You studied in class 6th. Correct? So this is the one we are already using it. Of course, some of you may have mobile light also. So it travels in straight line. So here, how do you get that light? That comes from the cells inside. There will be chemical energy. And the chemical energy converted into electric energy, and hence current is produced, and that will help for formation of light, passes through the bulb. Correct? And also we know what do you mean by mirror? When you say a chapter on light means that mirror is an important item. What is a mirror? A polished or shining surface acts as a mirror. All of you have seen mirrors? Yeah, every house has a mirror, correct? And what does a mirror do? So this is a mirror. What does it do? It reflects. R-E-F-L-E-C-T-I-O-N, reflection. And especially girls will take a lot of time in mirror for dressing. Correct? So there it reflects. That also you have seen, and it gives clear image. Is it not? So for example, there is a tree on the bank of a pond and the water is still there. Still means what? It is not having any waves. So you can see what is called reflection. So this is what is called a mirror. This girl is sitting in front of a mirror. Is it not? And she is seeing the reflection. Very interesting phenomenon. You might have seen some sparrows or small birds will come in front of mirror. They will hit that mirror. They think that there is one more bird inside the mirror. Correct? So many things you see in nature like that. And also we have seen about real and virtual images. What do you mean real image? An image which can be caught on the screen is called real image. Virtual image means it cannot be caught on the screen. So what you see in a mirror is a virtual image. You see your own face on the opposite side or inside the mirror. That is called virtual image, not real. Cannot be caught on the screen. So what is a lens you have studied? In a class 7th you have studied about lenses. Correct? What are the 3 kinds of lens you have studied? You have studied about convex lens, concave lens. Of course, there is double convex, double concave also. Is it not? About which you study later. So it is a transparent medium. Lens is a transparent medium. through which light passes through. For example, some of you are having spectacles. Raise your hands. How many have spectacles? Yeah, the spectacles, of course, one should not have in at a young age. But what to do? Seeing TV for a long time or reading with very close to the eyes, books keeping close to the eyes, all this will damage our eyes. Naturally, you should have spectacles. So that spectacle is an example for lens. And also you have studied about two kinds of lenses, concave lens and convex lens. Concave lens is like this, the spoon. Like this, if it is there, it is called concave. And if it is like this, it is called convex. Of course, this is not a lens. I am just showing the bending. So, you have seen in, for example, the what you call a double convex lens. What you call it as both Kannada in Kannada. It is a microscope. Correct? That is a double convex lens. Okay. And also, see, this is a beautiful figure. See here, what is the source of light? Source of light is sun. What are these? These are called trees. And what are you seeing here? They are called shadows. They are nothing but reflections of the trees. Especially in the early morning or late in the evening, we find this type of shadow formation. The shadows are also example for reflection. Correct? So how can you see the objects around us? We can see the objects by our eyes. Eye is a very good example for lens. Correct? So whatever you see in the nature, maybe trees, rivers, birds, animals, and so on, vehicles. See, so many things, correct? All these are possible due to light falling on the objects. The light falls on the objects that will be perceived by the eyes. Now let us see some interesting things about light. First one is laws of reflection. We are going to see about that. There are two laws of reflection. And in connection to the two laws, we have incident ray and reflected ray. And also angle of incidence and angle of reflection. So these are the things you have to see today. Okay. So for understanding the law, we will have a small activity. You can also try. Okay. How to do it? This is a strip of mirror. And this is what is called comb. So a ray of light is passed through the comb. So why you want that comb there? Because only one ray will pass. To get only one ray, you do that. So in light you have a lot of activity you can have. This is one such activity. A white sheet of paper is fixed on a drawing board. So this is a drawing board. White sheet is fixed to it. Why do you want white sheet? Because it reflects clearly. A comb is taken using a black paper. All its openings are closed except one in the middle. So you have to cover it with black paper. Only one you have to leave some gap. The comb is held perpendicular to the sheet of white paper. So this should be kept perpendicular so that the image is seen clearly. That is the purpose. Now what happens? When you pass, say when you put a torch here, A ray of light from a torch is made to pass through the middle opening from one side. So put a torch here and pass a ray of light. What I observe? It strikes from which falls the white paper. A strip of mirror is placed in the path of the light ray. So what do you observe? It hits there. Ray of light will hit the strip of the mirror. And after that what happens? This is how to do it. Here is a comb. Here is a black paper covered. Only one small opening is made. Here is a torch. And the light is made to fall on that. See, the light is falling on that. And what you must keep here? It is a mirror, plain mirror. So what do you observe? When the ray of light passes through the comb, one ray, it gets reflected and you get what is called reflected ray. This is called incident ray. This is called reflected ray. Okay. So what do you observe? We observe that the ray of light after striking the mirror is reflected in another direction. So it has entered in this direction. That is called incident ray. So it has entered here. Incident ray. This is called reflected ray. So that is what you observe. So we observe that the ray of light after striking the mirror is reflected in another direction. Understood? You can also try, okay? So simple it is. So what do you see here? So the ray of light which is falling on the surface of mirror is called incident ray. Note the word. And this ray which is reflected from the is called point of incidence. It gets reflected in another direction. Okay? And this is what is called as normal. What is normal? Normal is nothing but the perpendicular drawn at the point of incidence. This is called point of incidence. That is called normal. So, incident ray is the light ray which strikes any surface is called incident ray. Okay, so this is called incident ray. Okay, and this is called normal. And what is this theta I and theta r? They are called angle of incidence. Theta is a Greek notation used for defining angles. Say for example, here this incident angle is say 30 degrees, reflected angle also it will be 30. Suppose you change the incidence say 60, reflected also will become 60. So hence the law. So what is reflected ray? The ray that comes out from the surface after reflection. So this is what it comes out. Okay, that is called as reflected ray. So if the angle of incidence is 20, reflected will be 20. So that is the law of reflection. Okay. So after seeing the reflection, of course you must make it to fall on different angles, the incident angles. So you have to remove that mirror, remove that comb and everything, and you must draw lines within scale and pencil. This mirror is open like this. This is a mirror here, MN you can call it. Okay, it is a strip of mirror. And this is called incident ray, this is called normal, and this is called reflected ray. That you have to, after removing the mirror and all, you have to draw lines using pencil and scale. Okay. So after drawing these two, what you must do? Lines are drawn on the paper to show the position of the plane mirror, the incident ray and the reflected ray. Then remove the mirror and the comb. Okay. Now a line is then drawn making an angle of 90 degrees to the line representing the mirror at the point where the incident ray strikes the mirror. So this angle will be 90 degrees. So this angle, this is 90 degrees and here also 90 degrees. Okay. That is called normal, perpendicular you can say. Okay. So note that word. We have seen some 3 words now. One is called incident ray, another is called reflected ray, third one is called normal. And 2 more words, angle of incidence, angle of reflection. How can you measure this angle? That is by the help of protractor. You have to keep the protractor here on the normal and see how much angle it is there. That is called incident ray. Similarly, this side. What do you observe then? So, this angle between the normal and the incident ray is called angle of incidence, angle I. So, this is incident ray, this is normal, this angle is called angle of incidence. Alright. Similarly, angle of reflection, angle between the reflected ray and the normal is called angle of reflection R. So what do you observe? Angle I is equal to angle R. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So that is a relation. When the angle of incidence I and angle of reflection angle R are to be measured with the different angles, you have to change it. As you change the I, R also changes. Following? Suppose I is 30, what will be R? That is also 30. If angle I is equal to 60, that is also 60. And if the angle is say 45, that also becomes 45. So you can make a table where you can have 2 angles, different angles of incidence. For that different reflection, angle of reflection will be there. Suppose if you make the angle as 90 degrees, what do you observe? On the normal only if you pass light, what happens? There will not be angle of reflection. I becomes R, both are same, 90. Means it gets reflected in the same line. That also you must note. So, you have the first law, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Come on, tell 3 times. Remember? Second law, incident ray, reflected ray and the normal drawn at the point of incidence to the reflecting surface lie on the same plane. See, we are doing all this experiment on a table, on a drawing board. So they lie on the same plane. What does lie on? Incident ray, reflected ray, normal. All lie on the same plane. Okay. That's what you can see. And now see home assignment. State the laws of reflection. Suppose you are in that dark room. Can you see objects in the room, objects outside the room? Give explanation to your answer. Home assignment. Okay. Come prepared. And let us see what Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai says. All the rituals and prayers should be done with sincere devotion and steadfast faith. So, what do you mean rituals? What do you call it? Puja. Some will do linga pujas. North Karnataka boys and girls will do linga pujas. And some others in South Karnataka they do puja for the photo or idols. They are called rituals. And prayer should be done with sincere devotion and steadfast faith. What is steadfast faith? Unwavering faith. You should see that I am doing for God. Without purity of feelings and emotions, they will not bear the desired fruits. You must do with sincere feelings or emotions. Okay? So come prepared for the answers. Thank you.